All right, one more last live. One more. This is a divine download right here. So all my people out there that know you are a spiritual guru, and I'm telling you, man, there is no African American gurus. That's the whole lane. Spirituality is a whole lane open for the black community that has not been established. And so anybody out there, don't be afraid to start now, because if you start now, you can practice and come into it. You know what I'm saying? There is no black people that are gurus. You don't see one black guru other than myself and Carbonation. A black guru, African American guru, disciples, females that are actually gurus, real gurus. Study the guru. Study what the guru is. You understand what I'm saying? Somebody Google the definition of guru. What is a guru? Somebody tell me what a guru is. Can anybody tell me what a guru is? What is a guru? I'm gonna let the next caller in. Let's build. What is a guru? Who can tell me what a guru is? Anybody? What is a guru? Jigga, what's going on? Anybody tell me, what is a guru? Can you just Google it real quick? What is the meaning of guru? The meaning says this. That's right, you are a guru. It's an influential teacher or popular expert, a spiritual teacher, a spiritual leader, a counselor, a mentor, a tutor, a master, a spiritual teacher, especially one who imparts initiation. You are a leader. You are a spiritual leader, an influencer, a teacher, a popular expert. Yes, you cannot become popular without becoming organized. You have to become organized first. So organize your work. This is your social media. Use your social media for the light. And do not charge for what you do. Remember I told you this. And I'm going to let the next caller in. Whatever you do, do not charge money for what you do. Nothing in nature charges for what it does. Nothing in nature charges for what it is and what it came to bring. If you bear fruit, you cannot charge for it because you are a spiritual. You are a righteous teacher. So you do not charge anything. You only open yourself for donations. Open up your Cash App. Open up your PayPal. And you open yourself to donation. But you cannot ask for money. Unless you're in a jam and you got to ask your people for some money or something like that. Or you tell people, hey, can you donate to me? We in the jam or whatever. Ooh, it's different. But you cannot do anything you do as far as your spiritual work. You make an oath from this day forth to never charge for any spiritual teaching. If you're into tarot, if you are into astrology, you are not allowed to work for money. You work for humanity. You are subservient to humanity. You are a non-profit organization. We do not make a profit off of what we do. This is to let you know and to remind you that I am in tune with nature, and nothing in nature charges for what it is. Everything in nature gives what it is for free, because you are free. You are free and we have freedom. You do not charge for what you do for anyone, not even a bit, Not even an aside. Do not fear. We only charge because we think we're going to be poor and we think we're going to be... No, the universe will provide for you. It just wants you to see and have faith. Focus on giving instead of focus on getting. If you start focusing on just giving, then then you will see miraculously things will come to you. And you'll see money just drop, boop, right in your pot. But you got to start. And you might ask yourself, how do I make money? Well, you must understand the universe is going to provide for you. You do not charge for what you do it from your heart. The universe, if you do something for somebody, do it from your heart. Don't charge nothing. You make music, give it away for free. Never charge for anything that comes from you. And you are not in tune with nature. You break the law of nature as soon as you get something in exchange for what you have. You don't. No. No, the universe has it coming right back to you. Think about you giving, as you giving, and it's making a big circle coming right back around to you. It's not going to come from the person you gave it to, but it will come back to you. It has to. It must come back to you. So give big, give more, give all that you got from your heart. Just give it away. Whatever you have. You don't need a TV. You don't need just give it away. The more you give the universe, you're not going to get it back from the person. No. You're going to get it from something else. Because this is universal law. And when you live by these laws, your life becomes very magical and wonderful. And that's the way you live life. It's the only way to live life. It's to become magical and wonderful. So open yourself up for donation and you will be surprised. And don't ask. You don't need to ask. The heavenly Father meaning Father, the Father you, the higher self, the oneness, the most high, the Allah, the almighty oneness, sees everything you do and knows exactly what you need. It knows you want companionship. It knows what you need, and it's coming. It's coming at God's speed, but you must be patient. You must sit and sometimes you're not going to know where your income is going to come from. You're not going to know what you can do. And the universe is just testing your will to see if you have faith of a mustard seed. You have to have faith and stand on your righteousness And if you see that things are not going your way, that's when you give more. You find something to give. Here, you want some popcorn? You give. Start giving. Whenever you get scared that you ain't got enough, start giving. Whenever you scared you ain't got your bills paid, whenever you get scared, just start giving. Just give. That's what you should program yourself for. You should program yourself not to go chase and get. What can I get? Go get it. Go get the money. Go get. See, that's what Babylon teaches you. That's not what nature teaches you. Nature teaches you to give. You see the tree? The tree gives. You see the fruit? It gives. The flower gives. Gives. Everything gives something to something else. Everything works independent. And you must be one with the universe. And you must be one with nature. So you cannot charge for what you do. You cannot charge. Remember that. Give without seething. You want big, give big. Big. We're taking the next call. It's the last live right here, guys. Europe.
Peace and blessings.
Peace, reflection, peace, God.
Peace. Oh, we live, y'all. CNN, we live. Hey, greetings. What?
It's good.
Yeah, what's going on?
All is well, thank you.
I see you helping the brother I see you helping the brother get his antenna right.
Exactly. Well, I didn't want to hold
nice and coiled.
Just want to see if I can shout out our hair bar. Let people know what we have.
You helping people with their antenna, natural hair.
Exactly. Yeah, we do natural hair. I mean, we do all hair, but we specialize in natural hair, detox and cleansing, holistic health.
Where you located?
Hair wraps. We're here in Atlanta, Georgia.
In Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, good.
In Atlanta, on the south side.
Where you at?
Jonesboro Road, behind the McDonald's, across the street from the Home Depot.
Okay. And what's the name of it?
God's Hair Bar.
God?
God's Hair Bar.
Oh, wow. Can they Google you? God's Hair Bar. Can we Google you?
Yes, they can Google us.
God's Hair Bar. And you specialize
God's
in
Hair
natural.
Bar.
So anybody out there that's wanting to get a new start with their hair, the sister right here, what's your name?
Mother Isa.
Mother Isa can help you with your hair, help you with your natural hair. You know,
Yes.
get that weave out of your hair. No colors, all natural. She can help you with it.
Yes, and we also, just because we're coming from a peaceful place, if you are wearing weave, if you are doing that, we help you transition to not wearing it or doing it more healthy. I'm just giving you an overview of the space. Some of the flyest clients in Atlanta, I'm telling you.
So also,
that's my man there.
Do you have booths open for the stylists that might want to help people as well?
Thank you, God, for that recognition. Yes, we do have booths available. Right here, we also have...
How much is your booth rent? Are you working with people?
I'm working with people, but we have a base. But give me a call. I'll work with you.
Okay, cool. So you said God, and again, it's called God's
Hair Bar. I'm going to take you outside so you can see, too. We also have anointed holy oil for sale, our Native American healing clay. We try to, we don't judge anyone, so we keep a mix of natural, healthy, holistic snacks. We got our healing stones here that connect with your different gateways or chakras, whatever way you want to use it. Cancer awareness socks that we give away, hair wraps. There's all kinds of stuff. Hair wraps for sale.
Let me see
lashes.
The outside so people could know. Let me see the outside so people could know.
Okay, cool.
So anybody
and
that's
this is us here.
Out of Babylon, Jonesboro Road, right here in Atlanta, Georgia. It's called the God's Hair Bar. And this
God's Hair Bar, C&M Hair Bar, God's Hair Bar. And we're right behind the McDonald's, across the street from the Home Depot.
There it is. And
there we are.
I appreciate you calling in. I love myself.
Okay, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Good, thanks. Right. Thank you. All right.
Okay, so guys, if you are making that transition and you don't know what to do yourself, and we have a big thing in the Black community with our hair, and trust me, I'm growing my hair back, so I'm doing these wraps because boy, you don't even know what this hair looking like up under here. But I'm about to get it twisted again because I got my wife. But if you do need that, if you need help with balding, hit me. If you're balding and you're a female, hit my inbox. I got my friend Charmaine. She helped people grow their hair back with herbs. You know what I'm saying? And getting right eating. You know what I'm saying? If you want a good vegan restaurant, you got Cecili's Raw Reality. Cecili's Raw Reality. And I love to go in there. It's a little expensive, but it's really good for you. Get the punani wrap. Just go in there and be like, yo, let me get that punani. Because they got this big old wrap you eat. It's about $20, but it's a kale wrap. And that joint that's my favorite joint, the punani. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So she can help you out. You got a kale recipe that's close, shit. Shoot it to my inbox. I'll share it on my page.
Peace, God.
Peace, God. How you feeling?
I'm so sorry. I just wanted to say, I love myself.
I love myself. Okay.
I'm at work, Chief. I'm sorry. Okay. I didn't think you was gonna pick up.
It's okay. It's okay. I love myself.
I'm just gonna get more into the knowledge so I can increase my vibration.
Yeah, it is.
I took it personal a couple of days, but I thought through the process, and I'm gonna be a better person.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm sorry, I'm at work. I'm working with these auto mechanic towels.
That's the plantation right there.
You know it. I say that all the time, Chief. And sometimes it's cotton. It's bar towels for restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I love myself. God bless you.
Myself. All right. You're looking over your shoulder to make sure Master don't see you. You better get back to picking that cotton. So yeah, I guess we're gonna end the live. Okay, I see Choppers in the building. You looking over the car. Look over that shoulder. Peace,
Hello.
God. Hey,
Peace.
beautiful.
Hi.
How you
My
doing?
name's Ashley. I just wanted to
Ashley.
say, welcome to Atlanta.
Thanks.
Yeah, and I've been following y'all for a minute. And it's cool. That's
Oh,
all.
man, I appreciate you calling in.
All right.
Thank you, Ashley. Peace. Yo, Mac, what's up, man? I'm in Atlanta, and you ain't hollered at me yet. You screaming at me, when you coming to Atlanta? I'm in Atlanta now. You ain't saying nothing to me.
What's going on, Chief?
How you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Why you
I just
lied
got
and
my
said you was
hair
in
twisted.
Milwaukee, man? Somebody said you wasn't in Milwaukee.
Man, I showed them right now I'm in Milwaukee. What they
Oh,
mean?
okay.
Broke
The lady
ass
was like,
nigga?
you wasn't in Milwaukee. Okay, she was lying. They were trolling you. They're like, he ain't in
No,
Milwaukee, Chief.
that's a lie. That's a lie. I be low. I be tucked.
All right, so you got your twist up there.
Yeah, I'm trying to grow something now, Chief. Trying to
So
get
do
my
you feel
dreads
like you
out
are a
there.
spiritual guru? Real talk.
You said, am I?
Do you feel that you are deep inside?
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah, I could see that in you. You got the whole look. You got that feel. You know, you can look at a brother and be like, wait a minute, you different. Like you got that look on you.
Oh man, you already know. Chief. Real recognize real.
Yeah. So when you gonna start? You know what I mean?
Well, I feel like I've been starting my whole life, and then I got this music that I'm working on top of real estate, so I can build a residual income, maybe move out there to Hawaii, and just live my best life. But one of the reasons why I called in is because I had a question. Say we all get up on that same frequency, right? Because that's the goal, to get up on that frequency of higher thinking, to realize what it is we're supposed to do. What do we do after we do that?
Mm-hmm. What do you mean? After you do what?
After we reach that frequency and do what we're supposed to do. Like what do we do?
I mean, you just help other people. You help other people rise, and you organize your work, and it becomes your job. Your job. Like every day you get up and you put your work out. You do it through music. You know, carbonation.
Yeah, most definitely.
All right. So yeah, man, hold it down, man. Let me see what the Kulu dude told me.
For sure. Peace,
Peace,
God.
man. All right. I just tell him to call in. I don't know if we blocked him. I don't know. You tell him to call in and then we can talk. Let's build. I'm here to build. He got me right now. What's up? Just come through. Let's go. I thought this was gonna be a part 2. Like let's tell him to come through. He said True is always in the cut. That's my G. What's the problem? Why he can't pull up? What's wrong, sir? We not I don't tell him to just come through. I'm here. He said he doesn't want to debate. I was just in his oh, okay. Well shit. He cool then. He know better than that. The Kulu is a young guy, man. He's part of the information age generation. The Kulu is a part of the 90s. He's a 90s baby. He is someone that has knowledge but has no experience. And the Kulu is part of his group. You know, when you give knowledge and power to someone, because knowledge is power, we're in the information age. So certain beings with power, they have a lot of Leo, or they have a lot of air in their chart, or have a fire in their chart. They get cocky and swelled up with the knowledge, swell up with the knowledge, but they never had no experience. They ain't been nowhere, but they online just talking. That's all. They don't got no knowledge. And so you know, they see Chief and maybe I didn't recognize them in the video one time, or maybe I hurt their feelings, and then, you know, they don't know how to respond and say, hey, Chief, man, you hurt my feelings. They say, you know, I'm just going to become his arch enemy. I'm going to come hate the man. But you know who Chief is. You know, you watched me before. You try to exercise your knowledge against mine. My knowledge is irrefutable. You can't refute the knowledge that we speak. My guys, they just killed you the other day. I thought did we kill the Kulu the other day, y'all? Did y'all see that when he was in live and we read him the scripture and he just, you know, so it's one thing to be intelligent. We're intellectual masturbators, but it's nothing to argue with Chief about, because everything that I teach is 100. It's 100. You can't debate my knowledge. You can't. It's impossible. There has not been one person that can come and debate the knowledge at all.
Chief, peace.
Peace, God. How you?
I'm good. I love myself.
I love myself. What's going on?
I'm greeting you. I'm greeting you how y'all would greet each other, you know. And I'm just honored to see you again. We've spoken before a while back, and I'm just very proud of Carbonation and you know, all of y'all for getting through how y'all did, all the challenges and all of, you know, seeing y'all prevail. So, you know, I just want to give y'all good energy for that, and wish y'all the best.
Hey, I appreciate you having us, man. Thank you. I appreciate the good energy. I don't know what happened. No, you can't compare me to Kulu. You can't even compare his mind to mine. Peace,
hey,
God.
Chief, how you doing?
I'm good. How you feeling today?
I'm fine. I just had a comment to make.
Yeah.
I noticed that it's been a lot of Instagram beef between who knows more knowledge, who doesn't know this, and who doesn't know that. Wouldn't it be a smart thing to do if you guys come together, and if somebody has something wrong and somebody has something correct, come together and correct it together? That way you can continue to.
But that's what I'm saying. There's no argument. We teaching. You see?
Right.
You see how I was just teaching? I was teaching. I was minding my business, right? And then everybody like the Kulu wants to debate you, right?
Yeah,
see,
I was going.
I don't know. I don't know what the Kulu is. I just teach.
Right.
I don't know who these people are. They just pop out of nowhere. I just be me. They tap into my listen. They tap into my frequency, and if they come try to battle me, to try to clout chase and take the follow, but there is no debate in my knowledge. There is no argument. There's no argument. There's just showing off. Oh, look at me. I'm better than you. Da 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 da. You know, and I've been doing this years. You know, I've been teaching mind-blowing knowledge of self, and I'm not going to stop as long as I'm breathing. I'm on my platform, minding my business. These people come to me, and it's not a back and forth thing. I dare anyone say that these people are going back and forth with me when they just got on the internet and try to tap into my frequency. These people are not established. They don't have their own following. These people just are riding off of me. You can't compare this. You can't even say like, oh, this person is debating you, because they don't even have a body of work. The Kulu doesn't have a body of work. Where's his body of work?
But shouldn't it be one goal, one mind?
No, it's not, and unfortunately it's not. The devil comes to kill, steal, and destroy. The evil one comes to distract us from what is important.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to know. I think that you guys can come together, and because you guys are on the same mission. Y'all on the same mission.
I don't know if you've seen that I did that. I always share my platform for people. I'm not a hater. If you come on here, I'm going to congratulate you. I have positive energy. I'm not that person. I have a positive vibe. If you come on here, I show you love. I don't I don't look for trouble, but I ain't putting up with no shit. You understand what I'm saying? So you not seeing me looking for nobody. I don't know who these people are. They come out of nowhere and feed off my energy. You have to see that. You have to see that.
I don't know if they're feeding off your energy. I think what it is, you're putting a message out there, and a lot of people is looking for this message. And once they find the message, they're finding ways to add more to it. I don't think they're taking.
You can't do that. You have to come to me in question form because you are not an established teacher. If you haven't established yourself as anybody, then you can't debate me. You can't even debate me because you're not my equal. You can't debate me because you're not my equal. Anybody else is they are underneath me. You can't even debate. You have to have your own body of work to come to debate me at anything that you're talking about. And then I hold Q&As damn near every day. So if the brother had any questions.
But it shouldn't be. Y'all shouldn't.
I'm not going back and forth with you, ma'am. If you have any questions, it's clear. I've been doing this for a long time, so I know how to play this. So if you have any questions, you can come to me. You can come to me. I'm minding my business. I don't know who this person is. I don't know who that person is. That's clout chasing. If you feel like there's something wrong, I open up myself for Q&A. Come and ask a question humbly. Come and ask a question with intellect, with port, and then we'll see what's going on. Now, when he came on my platform, what did I say? I said, brother, you ain't, if what you got to say is golden, you ain't got to come against me. You ain't got to come against me. Just go teach. Go teach. People gonna come. But every time you put my name in your mouth, you are clout chasing. You have to use somebody else to come up. Do the hard work that it takes to come up. I've been doing this for years. I don't feed off of nobody else. I literally just give. And that's why people follow. So why you gotta tear somebody else down for you to come up? You know what I'm saying? And if you want to debate the knowledge, there's intellectually ways of doing that. You can come and be like, well, I feel like, what do you mean when you say this? And I can clarify that for you. What do you mean when you say this? I can clarify that for you. I do not move in confusion. I move in clarity. Everything that I do is clarity, but you might be perceiving it as confusion and you don't understand it. And you ain't supposed to understand everything another person's doing. You ain't never walked with me. You don't know me. You never been in my shoes. You can't understand what I'm going through. So at the end of the day, I don't have time for these people. I don't have time for these people. You feel what I'm saying? I try to open myself up for you to come, ask questions, build with me, see what you want to, debate on, and I'll be on some positive shit. You feel what I'm saying? And it is what it is. You can come and talk to me. I'm cool. You know what I mean? Even if you don't agree with me, we can build. We can build. You can say, well, what do you mean when you say this?
Back at it.
I ain't know what was going on. What's going on?
Peace reflection. Back at it. So I did have a question in regards to, because I practice the modalities of Islam. However, my mind is open to all types of. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. So I'm open to all types of modalities. I have friends that are, Buddhist, Hindu, and all kinds. And we oftentimes we communicate on the universal language of the things that we do kind of agree upon. And when we kind of look at it, it just seems as if we agree almost on everything. Maybe a word here or something else there. So in carbonation, I guess the question is, in carbonation, what is the highest knowledge? Like, is there something that is the highest knowledge? And if so, what is it?
The highest knowledge is that I am Allah. Arm, leg, arm, head. The highest knowledge to understand in this realm is that I am the all. I am everything. Everything is me. And then the second highest is knowledge of self as far as the individual fractal version or the ego that you are as Allah. So you are simultaneously a finite version of Allah. At the same time, we are Allah. And that finite version of Allah is the same as Allah in a fractal version of itself. Now, when we come to understanding self and how self functions in the mechanic of self, one must study the 5 sciences. This is how we must study astrology. You understand? So when we study astrology, we study our natal chart, we're able to understand the most high consciousness or awareness of self. So we could say, oh, wow, I know who I am. I know why I'm like that. I study my demons. Your demons are your squares, opposition, and your quincunx. Your angels are your trines, your trines, your, I'm sorry, I'm having a brain fart. Your trines, your, what is it? It's your trines, your, damn, I'm being crazy right now. My mind is right now.
It's all right.
You have trines, you have, what the hell is going on with me? Somebody help me out.
But what about it? Hey,
you said what?
I was going to say I completely agree, like to a certain degree, because I was teaching some of my friends who was actually interested in some of this God consciousness, and I told them, I said, you know, us,
yeah, trines, conjuncts, and sextiles. I'm sorry, I'm
sextiles.
Sextiles, trines. Y'all bugging right now. It's my own knowledge. I got so much in my mind right now.
Nah, it's a beautiful thing. Hey, everything in divine timing.
Sextiles, trines, and conjuncts. I apologize. Go ahead.
Nah, alhamdulillah, you know, everything in divine timing. So I was explaining to some of my friends, and I was telling them, like, well, you know, for us, the highest knowledge is La ilaha illallah. On one frequency of thought, it means that there is no God but Allah. But on a higher frequency of thought, it means that there is no thing except Allah. In other words, that we could say I am God, and that's cool at one level. No, really quick. It's cool at one level, but then at another level we can go, we are God, and then at the highest level is there is no thing but Allah. But I'm just saying from our perspective, you know, this doesn't have to be the end all be all.
So how do you separate yourself from Allah?
Well, there is no self. Everything is completely annihilated in Allah Ta'ala. Like, it's the only thing in existence. Now, as a human being, we have Muhammad Rasulullah.
Why is that not the highest thing?
Huh?
Why is that the oneness not the highest thing? Why is nothing's greater than Allah, right?
No. There's nothing in existence except Allah. So there is no thing except Allah.
Right. That means that we are all Allah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's less about it's less about I'm God, because then that separates me and everyone else in this school of thought.
When I say I am Allah, I'm saying that we are Allah. Like
hi.
When I say I am Allah, I'm saying that we are Allah. Everything is Allah. The all. Allah means all. In awe of all. When you are in awe of all. Allah. Arm, leg, arm, head. You understand? So that's what I'm saying when I tell you that I am God. When I say I'm God, I'm saying we God. When man realizes I am God, he realizes like, oh, Allah, he's in awe that he is connected to all things and that he is it. Right. And there's nothing greater than the all. Nothing greater than the all.
We're saying the same thing, Chief. We're saying the same exact thing, alhamdulillah. So yeah, it's just for us, like it's not about, like in our path, which is the Sufi path, which is, you know, people mutasawwif out of Sudan. For us, at Muqadri and Mukashfi, which means the ones who see beyond the veil, for us it's less about waking up. We got it. We woke up. We see what's going on out here. Now it's more about staying up now. Like what things are we doing? What practices are we getting into to remind us constantly? Remembrance is the name of the game for us. How much are we remembering the omnipresence of Allah 24/7 as we put on our shoes, as we put on our clothes, as we eat? Everything is Bismillah, Alhamdulillah. Oh, how you doing? Assalamu alaikum. We constantly like speaking these tones to each other, and nobody's necessarily wrong. You know, like the universe kind of allows room for everybody, because at the end of the day, what people are trying to do is get back home. That's really what people are trying to do. And whether they got to tap into a Om Shanti Shanti or Hare Krishna Rama Rama, whatever they got to do to tap in, let them tap in, as long as it has something to do with the evolution. Because the way I say it is like, we're here to evolve regardless. And you can't not be a part of this evolution. You're going to participate. Now the question becomes, how would you like to participate? Because everything will come back to Allah. Everything will be annihilated. This is all illusion. Everything will be annihilated in the end. And this concept of you, me, and everybody else will be annihilated in Allah. In who? Which is the highest name of Allah for us. Who? H-U. Who? Everything will be annihilated in who? You know, so like that, we just try to stay in remembrance, and this is what gives us salam, which is peace. That's why we say assalamu alaikum. It
Right.
brings us
Well,
peace.
what we do is we say reflection.
Aye,
We
aye,
say
aye.
reflection, and the reflection reminds us that you are a reflection of me. That I am you, a parallel version of you. When we deal with each other by calling each other God. Peace, God. Because if I call you God, then we don't give praise, nor do we bow to an invisible force, but we bow to the force in each other. So we worship each other rather than worship an invisible force. When we can see God, we can see Allah in all things, because Allah is life. And so we talk to each other as peace reflection. I love myself. The reason why we say I love myself, because it breaks separation, because your subconscious, or the true understanding of what you truly are, is oneness. So when I say I love myself, I make you say what when you hear it?
I love myself.
Right. So subconsciously, we are reprogramming the subconscious mind by saying reflection. When you say reflection, you say, oh, you are a reflection of me. Whether that's my lower self or my higher self, you are a reflection of me, because me and you are the same thing in a parallel universe of itself. So you and I are the same thing, just in two different parallel universes. And Allah is what is happening. We are Allah, meaning we are all things
Collectively.
We are all things happening at once, simultaneously, right now. So we are experiencing life through every facet of life, simultaneously, in parallel universes of itself. And this is the highest consciousness or awareness that we can live in. And the way we stay in this consciousness is that we proclaim the kingdom of God all day, every day. We teach, we eat, we sleep the kingdom. We talk about God and the oneness. This is what we do all day, every day. We have left our jobs, our families, to dedicate our lives to constantly teaching people that they are Allah, and we are part of the oneness, that we are everything. And so we are the true Muslims. When we say we are Muslim, we say we are submission to Allah, meaning that we give our life every day, all day. Carbonation are Muslims, because we give our life every day to teaching people that they are everything, and they are true Muslims, and we must become in submission to Allah, and live in tune with nature, and live in harmony with our brother, and love our brother, and turn the other cheek. And we have to forgive, and all of the things of the great teachings of the Prophet Muhammad. God bless his name.
Yeah, this is what it also means to because if you take that name Muhammad and you write it down, you turn it sideways, actually is a visual of a man, like it's a human being, and Muhammad sallallahu is what the Quran describes as a rahmat alameen. In other words, is a mercy to all the worlds. So in all the worlds, there is a representation of this frequency simultaneously on all frequencies in all worlds. No matter what astral realm we go to, there's a representation of that, and for us, it's just a representation of being an upright human being, what we call our higher selves. Somebody who was so perfect that actually existed. That alhamdulillah, inshallah, we're going to Mecca this month. So we about to go and do the whole umrah and go around the Kaaba and everything, and go around the Kaaba like Saturn, like the rings of Saturn and all that, and send all that energy up. And it's like once the human realizes that they're Muhammad, this because on a physical energy you gotta be Muhammad, but on a physical, and when I say physical, I mean like literally physically, like eating, sleeping, and eating with our right hands, wiping with our left hands. But then this connection of understanding La ilaha illallah for us, or that there is no thing but Allah, it takes I out of it, it takes you out of it, it takes we out of it. Allah speaks as we in the Quran, but it takes I out of it, and it takes you out of it, and it not the we, but it just leaves us here, like La ilaha illallah, there is no thing but Allah. And that's what we do. We say La ilaha illallah as much as we can, just to stay in that remembrance, just to never forget, because forgetfulness is the ego. The ego is the part of us that forgets that we're all one.
Okay,
The
so let me
second,
talk. Let me teach you this.
please,
Let me
please,
teach you about the ego.
please.
The ego is a part of Allah as well. We cannot say in one breath that Allah is all things. And you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we cannot say in one breath that Allah is all things and then separate the ego from Allah, because the ego is Allah as well. We live as Allah through our ego. Now, there are debilitations within our ego, or demons that we deal with in our ego, like you said, that keeps us connected to the oneness, to let our egos know that the supreme ego is the fact that, like you said, is the ego means one's consciousness. Okay, this is what the ego is. The ego is one's conscious, one's self-conscious, one's awareness of oneself. But if I am aware through my ego that I am Allah, as you are using your ego to even understand that you are Allah. Because your ego is able to tap into Allah and understand that you are all. So your ego is all that you can be. It's just that it's parts of your ego, which are in your natal chart, that are your debilitations, which are quincunxes, here I go, squares and oppositions, right? Through these, we study astrology. This is what we do. We study astrology to show you the exact demons in you or challenges in you that can block you from the vision of Allah and living in Allah. So this way we can work on a particular, each person, P-E-R-S-U-N, right? Because we're pieces of the sun, but each one of us are actually working with our own demons in particular. Right. And so because we don't cookie cut it and make it in general, each person is dealing with their particular demons. And so we go into fine detail to help people stay in Allah through understanding what these demons are. Like if I did your natal chart, I can show you with fine detail what you can struggle with that could allow you to dismiss the understanding that you are one with Allah. And so when we study this, instead of we keep saying Allah, 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 Allah is great, Allah is great, Allah is great, and still we sin, people fall short, even though, and I think that it's better that we show people individually what it is exactly and pinpoint it in their astrological chart and say, here is your demons, here's what's going on, and here's what's making you fall short of understanding you are one with the all and living in that.
That's
is teaching. We teach astrology, and I want to do your chart one day to show you how accurate it is. We teach astrology to show people what stops them, right? And also what allows them to understand that they are Allah. Because if you have exaltations in your chart, more than likely you're able to understand that you are God, you are Allah, that we are Allah, that we are Allah, right? That we, in your words, that we are Allah. The reason why you can understand this is not just because you read the Quran, it's because you embody it. You embody it. Because many people read the Quran and interpret it the wrong way. But because you understand and your teacher understood, or because of the fact that you embodied it because of certain things in your chart allowed you to understand this because you embody it and you come to bring the message of the all. So when we look into astrology, we can tell you, instead of us, now we can go into the details. And this is how we stay. You asked the question, how do we stay awake? You stay awake by studying knowledge of self. You stay awake by teaching knowledge of self to others and helping them and perfecting it. And so we have dedicated our whole life. We left families, we left money, we left careers, we left all kinds of things to dedicate our life to teaching people knowledge of self. And self is Allah. True self is the all. And so we do this through the 5 sciences. We use astrology, we use biology, we use quantum physics, we use melanin and grounding, what we call grounding, our connection to the earth and all the universe.
Wow. Well, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful service because you know, some people just need the intricacies. You know, like some people actually need the intricacies because there's something in the Quran called nafs amara, and nafs are like your lower desires, like lust and gluttony, things like this that kind of like bring you down. into this being something less than your higher self. So with Nafsamata, it was this consciousness of this lower self kind of telling you to do things without you even noticing that you're doing them. Like you just running around, just being this entity and like kind of being a slave to some of your lower desires without even knowing it. So
and
kind of shining
astrology shows you this.
Yeah, but shining a light on it works. And I feel like you can find it through astrology. You can find it because the universe exists in fractals. You can find it through the life of the Prophet Muhammad. Like if you, like I tell people all the time, like if you are Muslim and you follow in the way, if you actually do the research and follow in the way of the Prophet Muhammad, you'll see certain lower desires get completely obliterated because of the way this person lived their life. Like no matter what your chart is, like, but the intricacies is very important as well. And I appreciate that as a service.
I understand what you're saying, right? Because it is a culture. Well, our nature still comes through. I know Muslim. I know a lot of Muslims. Bro, I am a Muslim. I am a true Muslim. You understand? People ask me what the head wrap is. I tell them I'm a Muslim.
Alhamdulillah.
I don't particularly speak Islamic, but I am a Muslim. And I tell people this, and it confuses them because I tell them I'm also a Christian. And they say, what? I say, yes, because the Christian is a Muslim. A true Christian is a Muslim. And they don't understand that. And so they're like, how is that? Because the Christ consciousness is Allah. The Christ consciousness is the Allah.
Right.
The all, And, it's confusing because people don't practice the religion truly. I feel that you practice it truly from what you spoke of. And if Christians practice Christ consciousness truly, then they would know that Christ consciousness is the I am, and I am all things. And the I am is Allah, which is all, which is arm, leg, arm, head, which is man. Man is all. And so it's the same thing. And it's just no one's ever interpreted for the people to understand, to bring the gap together, to realize that Christianity and Islam is the same thing.
Yeah.
Essentially. Now, man has taken it and made a culture from it. But here's what I want to say. No matter how much of a Muslim you are, no matter how much you practice Islam, your nature is your nature. Your natural nature is your natural nature. And yes, you can deny yourself this, or you can truly understand it. This makes life very hard to practice a religion when I understand what you're saying, because when I was a full Christian, I was in like this space of purity. But eventually, and I understand what you're saying, because when you have a religion and you set by that culture, that religion, it makes you do the right thing regardless, right? Yet,
depending on what religion and culture you follow it.
Right, I'm talking about the Islam, like
Oh yeah.
So when you do Islam, but what I'm telling you is that you still have your regular life that you live, and you can pray 5 times a day, but you still nature prevails. You have a nature as a man, and I heard you say the statement that it wouldn't even matter that if you follow Islam to a T, it wouldn't even matter your debilitations. And I feel that is with flaw, that statement, because we have a nature, regardless of what Islam says. You are human, have an experience as a being, and yes, we can become in tune with Allah at all times, but we cannot dismiss the individual. And that's the problem sometimes with religions, is that they don't acknowledge the individual, and we become cookie cutter. And that's when you become cookie cutter, when people turn away from the religion, or they start to completely make their own denomination, right? They make their own denomination because they feel that the religion is a cookie cutter thing, and it doesn't allow individuality to flow through it. When Allah is too great to be into one cookie cutter. Allah is too vast to be put into one book. You know what I'm saying? So there's individualities in each person that needs to be recognized to help them stay in Allah, stay on their deen. And we can follow the Prophet. We can, and some people have taken the Prophet and tainted what he done, and made their own version of what they think he did, and interpreted what they think he did. But I feel that the knowledge should be the one that leads all of us. That knowledge and law and wisdom and principle and moral should be the thing that leads us. And when it comes to astrology, it allows the person to individually see where the challenges is at, and it gives them a sense of freedom in the sense that they are able to look and say, wow, I would love to do your chart for you if I could show you.
I would love that. I would love that. There, within the one aspect really quick that when you had mentioned nature, there's in another language, of course, just to connect in the Islamic in the Arabic, it says fitra, and fitra basically means the human being's natural nature. And within Islam, it says that everything is remembering Allah, from the trees and the birds, and everything is remembering Allah. So even the human being, that the natural nature of the human being is to actually remember Allah, which is why we kind of have this concept of destiny, in that, like I said, the evolution will go on, everything will come back to Allah. It's like the flower of life keeps on creating these circles, and God doesn't seem to go outside of its mathematics, because it is. Right. So it's like we're gonna end up exactly where we're gonna end up. But however, we're gonna get to choose. Yeah, we just get to choose as human beings how we would like to experience it. It's like a bunch of fish going down the stream, and they're all swimming and guiding themselves, but then one fish wants to go against the stream, yet their gills is getting all tired, but they still gonna end up right where the other fish end up. Let's address
this statement right here. Tell me what you feel about that when you read the statement.
Which statement? Major Shirk?
No, the pen comment.
Oh, the pin comment. Ain't no gay Muslim. They gonna stone you. Oh, I mean, I'm not gay. My wife actually right here.
No. It's not about that. I said, what is the thought that hits your mind about Islam when it comes to homosexuality?
Well, when it comes to homosexuality, like, honestly, you can be a gay Muslim. Like, you can be a Muslim that has murdered. You can be a Muslim that has, now it's not necessarily within our path, and it's not advocated, but you'll never read anything in the Quran that says you can't be gay. Now, if somebody has read the Quran, then they would know that. Like, but as far as being a gay Muslim is concerned, you know, not everybody, the Bible says all have fallen short of the glory of God. You know, so not to say that that's a form of falling short, but if it's not within our particular path, then of course Islam will deem it as falling short. So there's gay Muslims right now. Like, it's, you know, now you have certain people because of their culture.
Is Allah gay?
Allah's everything. Allah is.
Exactly.
Allah is. Point blank period.
What a wise man you are. What a wise
Alhamdulillah.
man you are. There's nothing separate from Allah. It's nothing that can happen, that has happened, that is not Allah. Good, bad, and ugly. Beautiful.
Right.
Everything.
Because La ilaha illallah.
And anything that doesn't recognize that without judgment is still Allah.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And yes, it's not for us to judge. Someone said this: "He without sin cast the first stone."
Exactly. And you know, for us, the Quran is just like how would you say? It's just a recording of a frequency, of a universal frequency that has been said and will be being said forever. Like, it's not something that has happened or that will happen. It's just something that completely is. Like, it's just a resonant frequency that we go home to as energy fields. So when we like it's like every Friday we have Juma, we just like can't wait to get there. Like, all right, peace. This whole world is trying to take me out of my path, but peace. So, you know, for us, it's just like kind of resonating on the same thing forever.
My issue with the Muslim life is that it doesn't teach. I don't know if it teaches this, but I believe that a real Muslim does not deal with Babylon at all. A true Muslim has dedicated his whole life to Allah. And to me, in my opinion. You cannot serve God in the system at the same time. You cannot serve the system and God at the same time. When I say God, I mean the righteous path. As far as there is, you see how you said when you come to think, you have to if you have to live in a world that you have to vacate from, therefore you're not living in that world. You're dead. When you're there, you're dead. But when you get to Juma on Friday, you go, ah, I'm back. Or when you go to prayer, you reset. Why do we have to live a life where we have to vacate or refresh or recharge from? Why can't we live a life that we are always in constant communion with Allah?
Well, that's a great one because, you know, specifically within the path of Islam that we belong to is what they call the Sufi path. A real Sufi wouldn't even claim that. You know, the word for it is tasawwuf. And, you know, it's what they call the heart of Islam. And it focuses on purification in the heart. Now, as far as that's concerned, there's a Sufi story where there was one man who lived in the city. And he said, you know what, I'm going to stay here. I'm going to have a family. And, you know, I'm going to still pray to Allah, do my 5 prayers and all that, go to Juma. Then there was another one who said, listen, I'm going to go to the mountains. I'm going to get the fuck out of Babylon. I'm going to go to the mountains and I'm going to meditate and I'm going to do my salat up there. And I'm going to stay focused, you know, up there. Now, 8 years passed and the man from the mountain finally came down. And he came to his friend's house who decided to stay home and decided to live that life. And he's like, whoa, you know, you look different from that mountain. And he says, yeah, I got something to show you. And he points at a table. And he points at the table and he starts levitating the table. From all the stuff he learned on the mountain, he starts levitating the table. And as he started levitating the table, the man who lived, you know, in the city, his wife comes out. And she didn't know that they had guests, so she was, you know, kind of naked. And the person who was levitating the table ended up dropping it on the wife because he ain't seen a woman in like 8 years. So, like, the moral of the story is, like I said, there's actually a portion in Islam that does say remove yourself, which is zuhud. But for us in our path, we have to follow the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. So his thing wasn't always to retreat from it, but if it wasn't for people in Babylon who had woken up to certain things, I wouldn't have been woken up. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes it has to do with kind of doing the work in there, and then now we're going to Mecca, you know, and we may move. Like, inshallah, I'm trying to move out of here. But, like, in the meantime and in between time, I'm trying to grab as many people as I can, you know? So everything's Allah. Even Babylon is Allah. But we just have to recognize it for what it is and kind of find the others and bring people back to remembrance. And when it's time for us...
That's what Carbonation is doing, but we're doing this on the internet rather than...
Alhamdulillah. Thank you.
Sacrificing our bodies.
I feel that. No,
you know?
Listen. I feel that. No,
and I feel like it was a time and place where you had to do that footwork like you're doing. But in the age of information, right, we have technology now where we can connect with each other and send out. Actually, you can reach more people on the internet than you can in your single life. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because it's way more powerful. I mean, right now, we are actually talking to people around the world. There's probably people from Africa listening to this chat right now. There's literally people in probably Israel listening right now. I have a vast following, international following. You know what I'm saying? So it's amazing who you can touch on the internet, and that's what we use the internet for. We use the internet to grab as many people that we can and help with as many people we can. We dedicate our life completely. We do not work for money. We do not work for the system. And Allah always provides us with what we need, right. You know. And I love living this life in total submission to the universe, to our Allah, and I pray that one day we all can be free from having to do this, and we will, because Babylon will fall, right?
No, and it always does.
Right, it's a cycle, it's a human cycle. It has to. It's triggering nature to come destroy itself, and then the meek shall inherit the earth, as the Bible would say. So, You know, I like the story about the guy in the mountain, and he didn't know how to deal with a naked woman. That was a really good one.
That,
I took my shahada. I want you to know, and I felt that I felt connection to Islam deeply.